It's Hot Mike with Hutton and Withrow, where daily we discuss the National Football League and the push for the postseason. In the AFC, plenty of teams trying to jockey for positioning. In the NFC, well, the best teams in the NFL with the Philadelphia Eagles and San Francisco 49ers.
Well, hold on, Hutton. Not just those teams, but how about the Detroit Lions is one of the best teams in the NFL? Other shows may not mention that or talk about it. We will.
We are on board with Detroit. Subscribe to the podcast. Join us each day for Hot Mike with Hutton and Withrow across the Outkick Network. We discuss the NFL, college football, and the top headlines from Outkick.com.
Okay, what's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of the TMossBoss Show. Man, I don't know if I need to put on lotion or something. I got like a hangnail that's just really bothering me right now. I hate that. That's one thing I hate the most, and it's an annoying one too. It ain't one of those ones where you just forget about it and stuff. But anyways, we are going to do another relationship advice episode. Opening up the website now. Okay. So, wait a minute. This one. So I think I'm going to read the titles and then see if I could give off some advice based off of the title. But I think if it is interesting, then I will read it. But for the most part, yeah, I don't know. There's some where it's like, you know, I want to read it, but then it's just like, it just seems like it's a little bit too serious. This one, on the other hand, seems a little bit too serious, but my wife lied to me about stopping her cancer treatment and the extent of her cancer. Yeah, that's, I don't know, that's something I, want to talk to them about that. It's pretty serious, but anyways. This person said, "This isn't sex," partner says to me as I'm trying to work my way through painful postpartum sex. Wait, what? Let me see about this, because I need to, this might be something I need to learn. So, anyways, he said, "I had a baby 8 months ago. The birth was very traumatic and rough, and I developed postpartum anxiety, which I am receiving professional help for." What is that? Because I ain't never heard of that before. That requires Google searching. Those who develop postpartum depression are at greater risk of developing major depression later on in life. Symptoms might include insomnia, loss of appetite, intense irritability, and difficulty bonding with the baby. Untreated, the condition may last months or longer. Treatment can include counseling, antidepressants, or hormone therapy. Huh. That's crazy. That's wow. That's something I ain't never heard of before. But anyways, a combination of anxiety, fear about actually having sex after being torn and stitched up, and pain from trying to have sex has made our progress back into our normal sex life very slow. I feel awful about it, and my partner has, for the most part, been understanding. He will sometimes make jokes about our lack of sex, but about lack of our sex life, but I get it. Anyways, we have been trying to work on this, but for me, I have explained this multiple times. It is very painful, and everything feels way too tight, which is predominantly from fear, I think. Predominantly from fear. Okay, I was like, I look at a word and stuff, all right? But anyways, I have asked that we go extremely slow, and as in I have full control, we just ease into penetration at my pace. My partner will be able to do this for about 5 minutes tops, then I'll start thrusting. The back and forth, she's really described. I don't know, man. That's like one of them fetishes where it's like, I feel like that is too. People be reading about that. Look at that movie, or it was a book, but they turned it into a movie, 50 Shades of Grey. I honestly feel like I'm reading a passage out of that and stuff. I don't really care about all that. I just need to know like what was going on. Like this don't even seem. I don't know. This doesn't seem like something that's like tearing the relationship. I'm gonna fully read that because I'm like now and then felt all uncomfortable and stuff reading it. I like nah, because I'm already into it and stuff. Like I mean, not into it, but like I'm halfway through with reading it. I might as well finish it and stuff. But back and forth motion really hurts, and I will ask to stop, which he always does, but will start up again. Yeah, I definitely would like get some help for this, but yeah, like that it just sounds like you just whatever there is to help this, then yeah, like talk to a doctor, see what they can prescribe you or see what exercises or something you can do, but that's something I'm like I feel like that's something I don't know. I guess it's good because now I know about this. So I'm like, okay, in the future, if I do have kids and then something like this comes into play, then then I'm like, okay, then I now know. But I it's just something where I'm like, this is like strictly about the person's sex life. Like I don't know. That's something where I'm like, right? Like I guess it's like you reading so much about all the like. I feel like it's just like reading the same thing over and over again. So yeah, this is something new for me. But so I told him to please stay still. I'm trying to focus and relax. And he sighs and says, "This isn't sex," and rolled over. This really upset me, and I said he was being insensitive. Well, okay, now I feel like this is when the parts comes into place where, like, this is, like, boyfriend versus girlfriend and stuff. Yeah, I'm like, I feel like he should understand, like, you dealing with some pain and stuff, so, you just gonna have to wait on it. It's like, I don't know, I feel like y'all, like, if you're still dealing with something like this, then you jumped into the whole, like, sex life thing a little bit too early and stuff. I definitely will wait until, like, everything is back to normal, and then you can, continue on this lifestyle. But until then yeah, it's like y'all just gonna have to wait on this. But anyways, he started yelling at me that he had been nothing but sensitive and understanding for 8 months and hasn't pressured me, and I have no right to tell him up and be upset for no reason and accuse him of being insensitive. I get he's being patient, but should I really be grateful he hasn't pressured me into sex? Am I a bad partner for not fixing the sex issue sooner? Do people just bounce back from childbirth and hop straight into on the horse with no issues? And there's something wrong with me. Wait, what? Do people just bounce back from childbirth and hop straight on the horse with no issues? And there's something wrong with me. I think she might have like forgot like, is there something wrong with me? I wouldn't necessarily say there is, but this is just something. If this is like I don't know, it don't sound like a common thing with like pregnancies and childbirth and all that stuff, but like y'all signed up to start a family. Like, I mean, it's like you're gonna be facing some things. So I feel like something like this, y'all should just wait on it. Unless you guys are trying to be like that family with 20 kids, then yeah, then right after this birth, get into the next one and stuff. But I'm making an appointment. So she goes on to say, I'm making an appointment to see a pelvic floor socio. What? I don't know. To see if they can help. As doctors say, I've healed up fine, but it just feels like feels like trying to squash a. Wow. All right. So she says some things. Pretty much she's trying to put like a finger in a donut hole, but the donut hole is too small for the finger. So therefore, yeah. I mean, y'all can go up and read this in yourself, but yeah, I'm like, that's like I said, just a little bit too much. It's just some things I felt like I didn't really need to know about this story, but I don't know what else to do. I don't know if I have the right to be upset at this comment, but it really hurts my heart. Yeah, I would definitely just wait on it and seeing things. Like, you do plan on seeing somebody that can help you out with this problem, but I definitely would get it like fixed and things so this won't like lead into a breakup or something. But anyways, next story. My little sister won't listen when I try to tell her to observe social distancing. See, that's when you're like, I'm so used to like the boyfriend, girlfriend, wife, husband type stuff, but now I'm like, this can go for really anything. But let's go ahead and read this. So, we are both U.S. students who are now trapped at home because of COVID-19. Our state has several hundred cases, and the hotspot is our country. We are not under a stay-at-home order at this time, but all non-essential infrastructure, what? Non-essentials infrastructure is closing, including school. I don't even know what that word is. Is closed, including schools, barbershops. Dang, barbershops. Man. I guess because, like, I hadn't gotten my hair cut yet, and I felt like, man, I really should have gotten my hair cut, like, the last day. I don't even know if the barbershop was even open then. It's probably not even going to be open for a while. And I don't even have my barber's number to text them and be like, hey, you guys open and stuff. So I would have to, like, go up there and things and see. But, yeah, then, because, like, and then I know people are like, oh, you could just go on their, the, like, mall's website and see if they're open. No, the mall's website is a lie. They'll say that stores is open, but they're really closed. So, anyways, he said including schools, barbershops, and non-grocery retail. The governor has recommended staying home or practicing social distancing at the very least. My sister just got back yesterday from a week of spring breaking in Florida with a friend and her family. Now that she's back, she wants to go over to her boyfriend's house to hang out with him and to other friends' houses. I tried to remind her that she really should be staying home for 2 weeks since she just got back from spring breaking in Florida, and her boyfriend's parents attending a wedding last week. She won't do it. I recommended FaceTiming. That's what my friends and I are doing, but that's what my friends are doing to keep in touch with friends. She won't. She even went as far as to storm out of the house. She's out right now on a drive. Our father has 2 comorbidities. What? But my sister, I don't even know what that. I ain't never heard of that before. But my sister seems to think she's an invincible teenager. My fear, honestly, is that she'll catch and transmit to the rest of our family. When I try to talk to her, she says things like, I don't care about your opinion. You're just jealous because my friends don't. Because your friends don't want to see you in person. You just don't like me, and that's why you don't want me to be happy. Things like that. How do I get through to her? I'm like, all right, well, see, here's the thing. Like, yeah, if I'm trying to explain something to see, that's one thing that if you guys are hearing rain hitting against my window, yes, it is. It's going to be raining all this week, so you guys going to probably be hearing that a lot. But, yeah, if you're trying, that's one thing, that's a pet peeve of mine. Is when I try to explain something to somebody and then they just overall are not listening and things like that's something I'm like it bothers me. So with a situation like this where people's lives are at stake, I'm like, I don't care about my friends right now. I don't care about anything besides everybody in this household being safe. So you going back and forth. I'm like, here's the thing. I'm like, okay, yeah, you want to go over and see your boyfriend, friends, and all that stuff. Bring you some soap, water, hand sanitizer, some gloves, and a mask. And you're going to have to wear... Why is it raining so hard? Like, it doesn't even need to... It wasn't even raining this hard. The weather has been, like, on and off right now. It seems like the louder I talk, the louder the rain gets. And now that I'm talking all quiet, now I want to, like, be all quiet and stuff. But anyways... Yeah, I definitely would tell her that, hey, you know, you're going to be going back and forth to places, then, like, you know, this... feel like you need to just like be safe and things. Like you can't really control your sister, especially if she's 18 years old. At that point, and then she's an adult, so she don't really have to like listen to anybody. But yeah, it's like, you know, you do have a point. Like she's just being hard headed. So overall, that's her problem. She's being hard headed. But yeah, it is really thundering outside. Like I am just trying to record a podcast. Can I just please do that? Can I just please do that real quick? But anyways, yeah, I definitely would talk to her and explain to her about COVID-19, the coronavirus, and all that stuff. And explain to her people can get sick and people can die if they have some illness, okay? And if they don't, and if you're all like, oh, I don't have any symptoms, this, that, blah, 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 I'm invincible. And I'm like, okay, we'll put it to the test then, all right? But yeah, I'm like, at that, yeah, I just felt like I won't necessarily, I just won't even touch her. I'm like, I won't even get near her or anything. I mean, yeah, she's going to probably be touching stuff around the house. That point, I just make it obvious, like, okay, well, every time you come home, I'm wiping down everything you touch, and I'm going to spray you. So, yeah, do something like that. Spray her with, like, get, like, a super soaker, and every time she comes home, spray her with water. I'm like, this is going to be what's going to happen to you every single time you come through that door and stuff. So, yeah, and I'm like, you're just going to get sprayed to get some soap, get some water, put that in the super soaker, and then spray her every time she comes home. I'm like, you want to be annoying towards me? I'm going to be annoying towards you. So that's how I roll. But anyways, this next one, I had sex dream last night about my fiance's groomsman and moaned his name in my sleep. Fiance is understandably very upset. Huh. Wow. That's crazy. That is crazy. Yeah, that would probably be a little bit upsetting and stuff. Like, you over here having sex dreams about my friends and things. Like, that's something where I'm like, I need to, like, at that point, then I'm like, I need to know, like, the truth. Like, if you have feelings for me, let me know. But if you don't, then I don't want to get into this marriage and stuff. Like, that's the thing, like, well, for her, she's writing this and stuff. But so that's the thing. I'm like, I don't want to be getting married, like, or somebody marrying me because I'm, like, rich or I got money or I'm, like, living a fancy life and stuff. But, yeah, and honestly, it's just somebody won't admit to something like that if they are doing that. I would assume that that's not the case with her. You're just having a dream and that dream just went a little bit too far. So that's one thing I don't like about dreams. It's like you're having them. You have no control over that dream and stuff. Like, you be dreaming and you wake up just feeling like, what was that? Like, if you woke up disgusted, then okay, then you're good. But yeah, if you woke up and you're all like feeling a certain way, then yeah, I definitely would yeah, it's like have to have a little talking. Like, if I was a husband and stuff, I'm like, that's pretty messed up. Like, that's somewhere it's like, you just, yeah, it's, if you think like you're like, I don't know. I'm like, that groomsman, I don't know. Like, I probably would have been acting different towards him and stuff. But I hope that there's no cheating in play. It doesn't sound like it. I don't think so. But did they write anything? Oh, they did write something. See, I don't want to read this. It is not suitable for work, so the NSFW, so I ain't gonna read it. I'll read something else, but yeah, definitely have a talking and explain to him that you have no feelings for the guy. But yeah, and it's like, then if you do, then I think the wedding needs to be pushed back and stuff and see where the relationship goes, because that's something where I'm like, I know I wouldn't have wanted to hear that if I'm like getting ready to get married here soon and then my fiance says some stuff like that. I think I definitely would look at her a lot differently and things. So next one, my mother barged into my room and called the police on my dad. Wait, what? This one looks serious, but at the same time, like, what is going on right now? So my parents divorced 2 years ago due to mom's drinking. My sisters and I took it pretty hard, and after a long custody battle, we got to stay with my dad and visit mom every other week. Up until now, everything has been going fine, and she's really seemed to care about my sisters and I. Mom went to counseling and dad got a new girlfriend, and I now have a half sister. So yesterday was Mother's Day and me and my sister went to see her and it was pleasant. Afterwards, my sister decided to go out. Mom dropped me. Yesterday was Mother's Day? No, it wasn't. That's something that's like, you'd see it trending or something. Dang it, a friend of mine's texted me. What is happening right now? I didn't even feel my phone go off. Yesterday was not Mother's Day. What are they talking about? When is Mother's Day? Now I'm confused. The 17th was St. Patrick's Day. What? Okay, April Fool's Day. Cinco de Mayo. Mother's Day. It's on May 10th. Okay, because, yeah, I was like, I know for a fact. Yeah, Mother's Day wasn't usually something like that is, like, trending on social media or something. Like, I'm like, what are they talking about? But, yeah, I guess they must be, like, in a different part of the country, in a different part of the world, because I'm like, what are you talking about? Yesterday was not Mother's Day, so I was like, yeah, threw me all in a loop. I didn't even know what was going on. So she still goes on to say, so yesterday was Mother's Day. Me and my sister went to see her, and it was pleasant. Afterwards, my sister decided to go out. My mom dropped me off home since I didn't bring my headphones with me and didn't want to walk alone. When we got back, my dad was a bit drunk since it was his girlfriend's birthday, and they were celebrating. My mom decided to have a problem with it. He wasn't, like, blackout drunk or anything. Could still take care of my other sisters, and his girlfriend was also sober. Half an hour later, she called me multiple times, but I didn't pick up since my phone was on silent. So she came over and tried to force herself into the house. In the process, yelling that she wants her children, shoving my dad's girlfriend, who was holding my little sister at the time. When she unsuccessfully in getting into the house, she stayed outside, called the police, who came about 15 minutes later. Obviously, there was no abuse in the house or anything except for my mom shoving my girlfriend and kid. And the police just questioned everything and told her to leave. I don't think I could get past this, and I don't think I'm ready to see her again anytime soon. I'm moving out in September for university, but I don't know how I've managed here until then. Any advice would be appreciated. Yeah, that's kind of, I don't know, that's a hard one. That's something I'm like, I ain't never really experienced something like that before. But I had to say, like, don't talk to, like, or, like, I mean, obviously talk to her, but, you just, like, I guess, like, wait until things, like, kind of cools down and stuff. Like, you're upset at the time. It doesn't mean it's going to be like that forever. That's why I'm like, yeah, I encourage kids, like, try to be in your parents' life or be involved in your parents' life and things. It's, it's pretty messed up when it's just, like, you guys spend a while, like, not talking. I don't think I could have done that with my parents and stuff, if anything like that had went down. But yeah, it's like wait, what did I say? I don't think I know. I will talk to my parents even if something like that did go down. So yeah, but I encourage kids to talk to their parents. Don't go without a long time, like, not talking to your parents and stuff. So yeah, just wait until things cool down and then go and talk to her again. But I'm gonna comment that. I'm gonna comment that. GameStop's is really sending me notifications. Like, your guys' stores is closed. Like, it doesn't even matter. Wait until things cool down and then go talk to your mom and let her know how you feel. But until then, give her some space. Period. Comments. Send. Okay. Then, this one looks crazy. I'm about to serve my girlfriend a restraining order to make her move out, but I'm concerned about the current state of the world. Dang. That's crazy. Oh, this is a short one, too. So, she got arrested a couple of days ago for domestic violence. I now have to get a restraining order on her. She lives with me and she doesn't have anywhere to stay except in her car. How terrible is it if I follow through with this, given how terrible the world is right now? Yeah, I definitely would, wait on it, because that's something that I wouldn't be able to live with if she did get the coronavirus, and that's because of me kicking her out the house and stuff. So, yeah, I don't know. I don't really, it's something like that. If you don't want to be with her, you don't have to, but also just kind of wait. Like, y'all can just be roommates for the next, couple of weeks and things. Don't really talk with her and stuff unless, somebody was all like, said, trust me, if the roles was reversed, she kicked you out with any regret. She is grown, she has friends and family, let them get beat up. See, that's the thing, man. I'm like, I don't know. Me, I'm too much of a nice, caring person. If I know she doesn't have anywhere to go and things, then yeah, that's why I'm like, okay, stay here. But if there's obviously places she can go to, like friends or family and things, then yeah, I'm like, you gonna have to go. you definitely gonna have to go over to their house and things. Like, I don't care what your current relationship is with them, but you can't stay here. So yeah, I'm like, I would encourage you to stay at a friend's house or something. But I don't know, if she got money, she could just like go rent out an Airbnb or go to a motel or a hotel or something until then. But something like that, I don't know. But anyways, yeah, I would definitely, I would wait if you know there ain't nowhere for her to go to and things. But yeah, it's like somebody's all like oh, she did the same thing to you and things. See, that's the thing. Like, I'm not that person where I'm like, whatever they would do, I would do it to them. Me, I do things differently and let them know, like, okay, well, me and you are different, so I'm not going to be petty and do the same things that you're doing and stuff. So, anyways. Oh, this one, I think I seen this yesterday. It was like, update, my wife says something strange about her ex, and it's really getting to me. Yeah, that's the one about the feet, and I'm like, God, that's weird, but anyways, next one. My girlfriend walked out on me and our kid a month ago. How do I explain to my son that his mom isn't coming back? That's, wow. That's pretty messed up. That's really messed up. Then it's like, I think he put 4M, meaning the kid's only like 4 months old and stuff. So that's messed up. And it's like, that's something where I'm like, man, that's sad, because it's just, it's, yeah, that's pretty messed up. And it's like, and then it's like, you guys are young. Like, I think he's saying he's 20, she's 24. I'm like, that's, wow. So I'm gonna read this one. I read this. So he said, hi, I just made an account just to post this because I don't know who else to talk to. Please bear with me on formatting and things. Then he says, basically, this is what the title says. My girlfriend left me a month ago. I won't lie and pretend it was the perfect relationship, and I was completely oblivious to any problems between us prior to her leaving. But her just up and walking out on us like she did was a shock. I literally came home from work one day, and she was gone along with all her stuff and had left a note saying she'd been cheating with some guy she met online for about a year and had moved across the country to be with him. Apparently, the stress of being a mother so young was too much. She didn't want to put her life and goals on hold, and she just couldn't do it anymore. I managed to contact her a couple of times, but got told much the same, with an added bit of, you are always a better parent than me anyway. Schmoozing added on top, I guess, to try and soften the blow. I don't know. No, I'm like, I don't see. Here's the thing. People think like life is impossible when you have a kid. Like, you're not, like everything that you got going on, it just has to be put on hold. Like, here's my thing. If I had a kid, like, I'm definitely going to be involved in my kid's life. No doubt about it. But if I have like personal goals and personal things, if it takes me getting my kid involved, like for an example, the YouTube stuff that I got going on, I will get my 4-month-old kid involved into the YouTube world. Okay, I would sit him up and we would be doing reaction videos together as I am taking care of him like a parent should be. But I am not going to be like, oh, I need to travel across the country and get away so I can focus on myself. That's like, that to me, that's just like, that's some insensitive stuff. That's some very, very insensitive stuff. That's something where I'm like, you really, like, what life goals do you have? Like, seriously, that's, I'm like, what life goals? You think there is somebody in this world that's following your life goals and they're not a parent? There's anybody that's doing anything, whether you're a YouTuber, a fireman, a police officer, an actor, a wrestler, any of that stuff. And here's the thing, even in wrestling, when them guys have kids, like, yeah, they'll take some breaks to, like, be within like their kids' life and things. But if they are a wrestler, yes, they're going, like, they're going to wrestle, but they are also going to be there in their kid's life. So, like, to be like, oh no, like if a wrestler were to come out and say, oh yeah, I have a kid, but I'm not in his life because I wanted to do wrestling, do you not understand like how messed up that is and how much people would not want to work with somebody like that? That's why I'm like, no, you have to take care of this kid. I could care less about the cheating. If the relationship ends, the relationship ends, but you have to take care of this kid. Like, that's one thing for sure. I don't care if you're taking care of the kid for an hour, 2 hours, or like one day out of the whole year, you have to be in this kid's life. I am not going to grow up and tell this kid that you didn't want to be in his life. Like, that's just, yeah, that's overall messed up. I'm like, no, you're going to be involved in this kid's life. Like, me, I know, I'm an aggressive parent. Like, or if I ever did become a parent, I'm going to be an aggressive parent. I'm like, no, you're going to be involved in this kid's life. This kid ain't going to grow up without a parent just because they want to follow their dreams. Like, you don't have no dreams. Your dreams ain't that important. Okay, and there's probably a million other people doing the same exact dream. So you ain't going to make it. You ain't going to be on top of everybody else. I'll say some hurtful stuff like that. I would. I heard a person's core. They do some stuff like that. I'm like, that, like, not even the fact that, like, them leaving me with a kid, I could care less. Like I said, I could follow my dreams and also take care of a kid at the same time if it came down to it. But, yeah, it's like the other parent, they're going to do something like that, definitely had to put them in check. And I'm like, whatever dreams you're following, you ain't going to be successful at it. Like, I'm not saying that just to be hurtful and things. No, it's facts. Like, there's a million other people doing it, and you gonna be working for the rest of your life trying to follow these dreams. So I think you can, at some points in times, spend a little bit of your life in this kid's life, because it ain't like your dream is gonna be handed to you because you walked out of this kid's life. I feel like that whatever happens is gonna be karma that's gonna be focused on this person. So, continuing on with what he said, naturally, this has been confusing for our kid. He literally came back from his childminder and mommy, and all of her things were gone. How do you explain that to a kid his age? Initially, I just told him that she'd gone to stay with a friend. Wait a minute. So maybe the kid's like 4 years old. I don't know. Like, he put 4M and I thought 4 months, but I'm like, wait a minute. If the kid is like, if you're explaining to the kid and stuff, like, I'm guessing maybe he's 4, but I don't know. Anyways, I don't know. Yeah, that's. Oh, 4M. He's 4 years old, but he's a male. I get it. I don't know why I was assuming like they meant like months and things. Okay, like I see. That's what I'm saying. Like that number stuff in the title, it confuses me and things. But he said that she gonna stay at a friend for a while, and I didn't know where she'd be back. I guess the first week or so I was holding out hope that this was just some sick joke or just needed a break and that she'd be back before too long and we could fix things. She made clear since that is not the case and she has no intentions of ever coming back to either of us. She says she's ruined her life here and wants a completely fresh start with a clean slate. To the point that before COVID-19 put travel restrictions in place and she and her new guy were actually planning on moving to the States this month. That's something where I'm like, all right, wow. I definitely try to find out who her boyfriend is and tell her, like, hey, she has a kid and she left the kid for you to take, like, or to start a fresh life and things. I'm like, man, look, that's right, people. I'm like, you say that you start a fresh life. Here's the thing. Your old life is going to forever be there. Your old life is not going to disappear all because you're starting a fresh life. Your old life is always going to be there, no matter what. As many times as you want to forget about it or ignore it or act like it doesn't exist, it's going to be there regardless. Regardless. Like, your past is always going to be there. But I'm like, I don't know. I always say, like, you know, like, try to forget your past and things. But in a case like this where your past is, like, an important thing in your life, like, you have to stay, like, in this kid's life. Like, you don't have to necessarily. That's why I'm like, yeah, I'm like, we don't have to be together. But you just at least be in the kid's life. That's all I'm asking for. That's all I'm asking for. That's it. But anyways, he goes on to say, I'm just kind of moving through life in a total fog right now. I'm completely heartbroken. Plus, I'm now maintaining what was once a 2-income household on my own income, which has been pretty badly damaged by the virus. Mercifully, I have enough savings that my kid and I are alright for a few months, but Lord knows what I'm going to do when that's up. And of course, it's the hardest of all on my son. Sure, maybe there's a case, but to be that made, I don't think I did things wrong. Wait, what is he saying? Sure, maybe there's a case to be made that I did things wrong and I deserve having my he's arse, but he's saying another word, but I'm gonna say that's We all know what that means, but cheated on / dump. But that boy has never done a thing wrong. He doesn't deserve this. What's worse is he gets nightmares sometimes, and he wakes up in the night when he gets them crying for his mommy. I do my best to comfort him, but he generally doesn't want me. He wants her. She's used to sing this song to soothe him, and it's not the same when I sing it. On 2 separate occasions, he has cried until he was physically sick, asking for her in the night, and all I can do is cuddle him until he calms down a bit. Yeah, that's sad, man. That's really sad. That's stuff like every time, like I definitely still be in contact telling her like, oh yep, yeah, your kid, he's crying in the middle of the night because he has nightmares, and be like crying until the kid is sick and things, like asking for you and stuff. So just wanted to let you know that, like you pretty much ruined this kid's life, and therefore it's like I'm going to try my best to, pick up the pieces and let him know that he's strong and that he'll get through this. But I don't think you can really explain that to a kid. Like, that's how I would want to explain it, but you can't explain that to a kid. He's going to have, like, needs and stuff. If he needs his mom, he's going to need his mom. So I'm like, yeah, it's just something like that. I'm like, that kid, like, that mom, you like, really going to just throw that all away. Like, you just brought a kid into the world, and therefore you're just like, nah. Like, I can understand if it wasn't your kid, then I'm like, okay, then ain't really nothing to worry about. Like, but I'm like, you also did kind of take care of this kid, so it's like there is something to worry about and things. Like, you feel like that the kid should cross your mind. I feel like it's, what, to this guy, I'm gonna say this right now. This guy's gonna get through this. He's gonna get through all of this. This ain't something that's gonna be like, I'm gonna write that. I'm gonna write that. He's gonna get through this, and she's gonna regret it. She's gonna regret it, like not being in the kid's life and stuff. She's gonna regret it, because I definitely tell you that right now. But then he says, I just don't know what to do. It's at a point now where realistically I need to let my son know that his mom is gone and she isn't coming back for either of us, but I don't know how to go about it without hurting him. I'm absolutely willing to let him think it's all my fault if it means softening the blow on him. How do you say mommy left us for another man, but she doesn't want either of us anymore and isn't coming back ever in a way that a kid his age understands? I'm absolutely devastated here. Any advice is welcoming. So I'm gonna write down the comment. Tell the kid what's really going on in the best way you can, but let him know you are always going to be there for him no matter what. Things are going to be different now, but we will both get through this. If he doesn't understand that, then show him. In fact, do things that will make him love you more. Take him out to have fun. What else? Do the most for him and take him out to have fun and do the most for him. Periods. You will get through this, and later on in life, she will regret not being involved in the kid's life. What else can I possibly say? And when he gets older, he will understand it more, and he will not be hurt anymore. I should say, like, maybe, like, for him, like, start dating. Like, like, start dating and stuff and let him know. Or, well, no. Yeah, well, yes. Start dating to take your mind off of things. And hopefully you find a woman that will do a better job than the mother. Periods, comment, send. And I know people are going to be all like, wow, that's a little harsh, doing a better job than the mom. Well, look where she's at. And look where the dad and the kid is at. Like, no, I don't regret saying that at all. So, anyways, update. Where it's one of those, like, update. I'm moved on to the next thing. But this one person said, my husband is addicted to food. I guess maybe, I don't know. When it's like starts reaching an unhealthy weight, then I definitely would tell him like, okay, you're going to end up on that TV show, My 600-Pound Life. So if you want to end up on that show, then yes, keep on eating. But it's not going to be good for you in the long run, because I'll tell you this right now, to anybody that doesn't know that show, 600-Pound Life, that doctor on that show will roast you. Okay, he will say things about you that will most likely have you getting ready to quit the show, or he's going to have you crying. But yeah, I definitely would take the food away from him and be like, you need to start eating healthier and stuff, if I was you. But next one, girlfriend is mad at me for cheating on her in a dream last night. Oh, this is going to be good. This is definitely going to be good. So she doesn't want to talk to me. She asked me to leave her alone. I attempted to discuss it anyway, as I like her to not feel some type of way. Doesn't go through, and she goes to work. Later I got a text. Do you not care? Do I need to be worried? What am I supposed to do? So, wait, what did this person do? Tell her you had a dream where you apologized. I swear, man, people be forever cracking jokes. But, yeah, so here's the thing. I don't think I would have told her that. That's something where I'm like, I would keep it bottled up for the rest of my life, and I would not tell her that at all. I might have told, like, a friend that doesn't talk with her like that would tell her things, but that's something like that. I'm like, she was going to be upset, because just like that other one, like, you're dreaming about somebody, but you're not dreaming about her. So that is going to make the other person upset when you tell them things like that. So that's going to make the person upset when you tell them dreams like that. In the future, do not tell her about those types of dreams, and just sit with it for the rest of your life until you forgot that you had that dream. Comment. Oh, they might not let me comment it. Oh, they did. Okay, cool. Because Reddit has like a time thing and stuff, so it's like you gotta have like a time limit to comment your next comment and stuff. But anyways, guy said, or she said, my boyfriend's mom is trying to infect me with the coronavirus, I think. Wow. Let's read this. Okay, so my boyfriend's mom was recently diagnosed with the virus that has been going on. She is self-isolated in her house where I live, as well as her son. Yes, I pay rent. I mainly stay in his room because I am pretty shy. And now I'm staying in because I am scared. I try to avoid her as much as possible, but she, for some reason, does not avoid me. Yesterday, she walked into the room saying that she was looking for something. Honestly, I said, go ahead, because it's her house. Instead of getting the item herself, she asked me if I could hand it to her. And when I did, she touched my hand, and it felt as if she did it by force. Now, this is not the first time today. She went to the bathroom me and my boyfriend used. There's a lot of bathrooms here. We have made a thing where couples use one bathroom, and she sneezed in there plenty of times where she came into the room just 30 minutes ago. She and I don't even know what to say. She coughed out in the air in my boyfriend's room where me and him sleep. She said, I'm sorry, it just happened. I definitely would confront her about that. I'm like, if you just got infected with the coronavirus and you coughing, sneezing, touching my hand and stuff, like, no, I'm like, look, I definitely had to say, like, I don't know, me, I might have said something because I'm like, yo, like, I don't want to get involved in something like this myself. I don't want no coronavirus myself. I remember when I was a kid, I had like some like lung issue. It was in the form of like asthma, but I don't know if this virus will like affect that, like, or they will bring that back, and then next thing you know, and mess around and die on people. Like, I'm like that. That's why, like, I don't know. I probably would have rented. Well, then that's when it's like hotels and stuff are like closed and things. Like, I don't know. I definitely about like, yeah, they need to set some guidelines and some rules here. Like, I understand that this is your house, but you're getting people sick. There's nowhere else for us to go to and stuff. But I'm like, I'm not trying to, every time I need to leave out of here, I need to like go through my window and stuff because you're coughing and doing all these other extra things in like hallways and bathrooms and other parts of the house that we're gonna be at. Like, just because you got it don't mean everybody else has to get it. I'm like, yeah, I definitely been like, nah, you need to. I'm like, yeah, you need to do something about that. That ain't cool. So, anyways, because, yeah, they're all like, they say that stuff is, you can get, like, contaminated by it, by people coughing and sneezing. So, yeah, I'm like, nah, like, walking around in that house, I had to get, like, a gas mask or something and some gloves. I'm like, she gonna be doing stuff like that. So, anyways, she goes on to say, do I confront her about this, or am I just being paranoid? No, I confront her about this. This ain't no thing about being paranoid and stuff. So then they go on to say, edit, the reason why I'm hesitating is because it's her house and I'm pretty shy. She knows I have asked. Oh, then even more so, I would be like, yo, like, stop doing that. Like, I had, like, a person that's, like, sick and things, and yeah, I would have left the house. I took my chances being outside, but I'm like, I would have not spent any moment in that house. If there's friends or family that you can stay at and things, then it's like, but see, that's the thing. I definitely would, like, get myself tested and stuff, but I live with, like, a friend or something, and just limits any possible, because I could not stay in the house. It's like, if you have asthma and stuff, like, anyways, so she says, I'm reading all the comments on what I should do, and I will confront her. I'm not from this country, so I'm unfortunately forced to stay here since I have a total lockdown right now. I'm 21, if anyone's wondering. Edit, symptoms seems to have occurred in me. Oh my goodness. Don't know if it's anxiety, but I'm guessing I already have it, and since I have asthma, it comes pretty easily. I don't know what to do now, and since it's too late, I have to self-isolate myself. Stay safe, everyone. That is so annoying, man. Man, that is annoying. Is this a real person or a throwaway account? I hope it's not a throwaway account. Sometimes people, they say they be creating those throwaway accounts for that. So, man, that is annoying. You get yourself tested. And if you don't have it, leave. In all caps, leave the house. Go to a friend. Go to a family. Well, she says she ain't from here, but go somewhere else so you are no longer in that house. Yeah, because that's annoying, man. That's seriously so annoying. I'm like, yeah, I definitely would be, yeah. That's gonna be the last story I read, but yeah, that's annoying. I'm like, yo, I didn't sit there and like, you know that this stuff is serious, and I got asthma, you coughing and sneezing all over the place and things. Like, yeah, I definitely would be like, you know, I understand this is your house, but it's like, you shouldn't be coughing and sneezing around like that if you just tested positive for the coronavirus. Like, you think it's like that stuff is like transmitted by people coughing and sneezing, so I would highly recommend like to not do that around people that's most likely can get it, and then it's gonna be 10 times worse for them because they have asthma. Like, yeah, that's messed up. It's like, I know there's like, it's a higher risk for a person to get it if they have like these things, but still, I'm like, I ain't taking no chances. I'm like, that's something where I'm like, you need to chill out on that. Like, I hope this girl is okay and everything clears up. But, yeah, that's something where I'm like, man, that's annoying. That's seriously annoying. I hope she, doesn't have it and stuff. Like the mom, on the other hand, I'm like, after all this stuff clears up and this girl is okay, definitely would recommend you find your own place. Do not live in that house no more. In fact, I wouldn't even want to invite her over to the house. I'm like, cause she's nasty. I'm like, I'm sorry, but I'm like, I had to, like, if that had been me, if I'd been that girl, I'd be like, I had to tell the boyfriend, like, your mom's living foul, okay? And therefore, I cannot be in the household with her if she's gonna be acting like that. So, therefore, when this stuff clears up, she can talk through the window, okay? But I'm like, at that point, I just can't trust her and stuff. So, anyways, but yeah, there's some crazy stories, man. I'll talk to you guys later. Thank you guys for watching. If you're viewing this on YouTube, make sure you like and subscribe. And if you're viewing this on the podcast streaming service, make sure you follow or subscribe, however it's set up. And if you are purchasing tickets from SeatGeek, make sure you use my promo code TMossBoss. It will knock $20 off your first purchase. So, that being said, talk to you guys later. Thank you for watching and or listening, and peace.